I guess so. I guess so. I guess so.
Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Once again, it is time for a unplanned stream. I was initially just going to play this on my own, but I realized that I want to for sure stream the second game in the soft reboot of the Sherlock Holmes games, which is one of my favorite game series. Frogwares does the Sherlock Holmes video games, and they do a fantastic job with them. If you were watching me back in 2018, 2019, 2020, back when I had Suspicious Sundays and Mystery Mondays, which may make a return. I'm hoping to do something with those again, because mystery games are one of my favorites. But if you're here back during that era, you know I played through a lot of the Frogware's Sherlock Holmes games, because they're awesome. They're very well done. And they've been doing these games for a long time. Pretty much as long as I've been alive, I think. Because I think one of the first Sherlock Holmes games they did came out in like 2001. So yeah, pretty much as long as I've been alive. And I did play part of this game in early 2023, I believe. Early 2023, late 2022. I don't think it was too long after the game had come out. And then I got caught up with work stuff and other things, and it just kind of fell to the wayside, and I don't remember anything that happened. All I really remember about this game in particular is this was essentially a reboot of the Sherlock Holmes games. Now, the Sherlock Holmes games have never really had an order to them, because Sherlock Holmes stories don't tend to really have an order to them. So there's not too much continuity that you usually have to worry about keeping up with, as long as you have a general knowledge of Sherlock Holmes stuff, which Sherlock Holmes is my favorite fictional character of all time. I adore him. He is best boy. He is my top fictional crush. So yeah, another reason for me to play these games. But this particular game, with the reboot to the franchise that they did, you're playing as a young Sherlock. And I can't remember if John was in it or not. I know you're playing as a very young Sherlock. You're not in London yet. Like, some of the things we associate with Sherlock Holmes are not set yet. Like, it's very early Sherlock. But there's a lot of focus on building up the character and backstory elements, and the game mechanics are very different to the Sherlock Holmes games in the past. It's something that they had started expanding outwards with Crime and Punishments, where you had a bit more freedom to make decisions and check different things and stuff. But I believe you have not only the main story, but side stories and side cases that you can work on in this one. And it's a little bit more open world. You don't have a huge area, but I believe you're on an island that you get to kind of explore and look at these different things. And that's all I really remember about it. But I'm really excited to play it, and we'll see if some things come back to me. Again, I don't think I got that far in the game when I initially started playing, because just what I had going on at the time. But I own all the DLC and everything, so I know I've got some extra cases and then extra outfits, which I don't really care about. But like I said, Frogwares is a really good company for these games. I love the Sherlock Holmes games, and I really want to support them, so I will give them my money so they keep making games. The last one they made came out 2 years ago now. Last year, the year before. Which is Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, which is a remake of an older game of theirs, but in the rebooted game style. So it's with the newer version of Holmes that they made. So he's younger than he was in the original version of the game. Graphics are updated. But again, if you were back watching me during that era with Suspicious Sundays and Mystery Mondays and stuff, you may remember that I played through the original Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, and I remember bits and pieces of it. Unfortunately, at the time, I did not save my VODs anywhere, so I can't like go back and check my VODs to see what happened in the game to really compare differences. So that might be something after I finish this one, I might turn it to you guys and ask you, do you want me to immediately jump into the reboot version that's the remake of the old game, or before we do the reboot version, should I play through the original one again? That way, kind of do a comparison, or I can play through the original again off stream and then do comparison that way. I would be tempted to go through all the Sherlock Holmes games again that I did play on stream at one point and just kind of work my way through the franchise again, because like I said, these games are fantastic. Frogwares, I cannot say enough. I've already said so many times, fantastic job with these games. They are so much fun, and they have grown so much from the first couple of games. I believe the very first one was like one of those hidden object kind of games. So not even like a point and click. It was one of those like mystery picture kind of ones that would be on like an iPad nowadays. And now it's this open world, branching paths, fantastic graphics, they run really smooth. I know I played a game in the past where I literally had to pull like some save files from other people on the internet because my copy of the game glitched at a certain point and I could not get past it no matter what I did. Like I replayed all the way up to that. I tried to do a bunch of things and nothing would let me move further, and I literally had to pull someone else's like save file off the internet. But that at this point it's like a 20-year-old game when they were still fairly early in making them, and that was one of the very early like 3D model moving around kind of Sherlock Holmes games that they ended up making. It was one of the very first ones of that version. And so I give them no flack for that, because it was very good for what I know they were capable of and what they'd done at the time and kind of where games were at the time. So I'm gonna stop talking now and get into the game. Hi, Dad! You have missed me rambling for like 10 minutes about my love of the Sherlock Holmes games. Hi, Winter! Is that Shannock? Is that a Shannock? But yeah, you guys managed to miss my rambling about Sherlock Holmes and the Sherlock Holmes games. So good on you, because yeah, it was rambling. Didn't miss it, I was just eating and taking my minutes. So you heard my rambling. All right. Let's get into some mystery. I don't have a way to show you guys, because I don't have a camera. But I do have a notebook. It's a little notebook that says, I need an adultier adult. Got a little cat on it. That I'm going to be putting some of my case notes and stuff in. That was something I used to do during Suspicious Sundays and Mystery Mondays, was I would keep notes on the games I was playing in a little notebook. That way I could reference back to them for puzzles and case stuff. And I know for this game in particular, this is going to be helpful. But let's get into it so you can hear enough. I don't remember what happened in previous autosaves anyways. Like I said, it's been at least 2 years since I played the little bit of the game that I did. A mother's love. Ask the receptionist about my room. The dead can't fill your pocket. Arrest your enemies instead of killing them. Okay. Some of Sherlock's most powerful childhood memories are hidden on this island. How's the audio? The audio okay?
Ginger,
Sherlock can't
that's what you
handle
need.
boats.
A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Thank you for your support, John.
Oh, we do have John.
Don't suppose you actually
I couldn't
brought
remember if
any
John
ginger?
was
No,
introduced
I
in
don't
this
get
game
seasick.
or if he was introduced in the next
Don't
game.
worry, Sherry. We've almost arrived at Cordona. I can see land through the porthole.
He doesn't look like John.
So much for docking by tea time. The captain seemed more interested
Might
in
want
his
to switch to give you.
maids
Oh
than in
gosh
his
darn it!
maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy?
There he is.
Cheer up.
So sorry
We're
about
back
that.
where we grew up.
He
It's
doesn't look like John to
exciting.
me.
What's changed?
But to be
What's the
fair,
same?
I think
I'm
this
starting
version
to
of
question whether the week's
Sherlock and
long journey
John,
was worth it.
Sherlock and
Travelling all this
Watson
way,
is like
enduring this
early
indignity
20s. I think
simply
they're
to visit a
technically
grave,
younger than I am
even if it is my
in this
mother's.
game.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around
I
in
think
your head.
Mycroft
Try to
is
forget what
technically
he
like
said.
my age
I
in
have.
this game.
I believe it was
I
that
think
this
these
is
two are like
a performative
21,
farce, a feeble
22.
excuse to avoid responsibilities, and that there was nothing to be gained from it.
You needed to do this.
I might need to
Enough of the
resize
self-pity and
myself
doubt.
a little
so we're
bit.
a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you,
Because
John.
my tail
And
seems to
if
be
you
in
want to
the
notify the
way.
captain's wife of his
There we go.
indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
You can hear the game. Fantastic.
Ah, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
Hi, Mama. But yeah, I know they're supposed to be like 21, but in my brain, John Watson has a mustache. Or I guess at least for these games, I think of John as having a mustache. But again, in like all of the older games from before this one, before the like reboot, they're in their like 30s or 40s. Like it's more classic aged Sherlock and Watson. So
Hey, Sherry, come on, catch up.
the fuck you
yes.
calling me Sherry? Don't call me that. God, I forgot how much I love this fucking outfit. Look at me. I'm dapper as fuck. Can we just appreciate? Look at the texture on my vest. I'm so snazzy. Look at my little like book pouch purse. He's got like a random Hot Topic chain. He could almost be, he could. I know I have the ability to put on like disguises and stuff later and like switch up like hair and like facial stuff. Because that's something you're able to do in like the previous games to this one, like 1 or 2 before this one. And I believe they kept those mechanics for this one because it was something really cool in Crimes and Punishment and The Devil's Daughter, is being able to like put on disguises and stuff in order to get information. And I wonder if I could legit make him look like Gustav. Hi, John.
Sherlock, don't get lost in this huge garden. Follow the sound of my voice.
We're in a front entryway. I really hope I don't get lost in a front entryway. I hope I can change you too, because I want to give you a mustache so you look more like Watson to me. Hello. talk to anybody before I go inside this building? What about you, sir? Sir, do you wish to talk to me? No, he doesn't.
Welcome to Il Palazzo de Lusso, sir.
I thank you.
If you need something, sir, please inquire at reception.
Okay.
Welcome to Il Palazzo di Lusso, sir. We just need your signature.
Happily.
There you are.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you.
Of course
I
you
see
do.
it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs.
Me and my
sir.
boyfriend
Welcome
shall
to
stick
Cordona.
together, thank you very
Sherlock,
much.
I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view.
I like the joke, but I'm not actually a John Locke shipper. Well, in most versions, I like him with Mary. I like Watson being with Mary. And I actually prefer... I personally, and again, this could be because he is my #1 fictional crush, I see Sherlock as as asexual, leaning towards aromantic, possibly like demi-romantic. I believe he fell in love with someone who challenges his mind and he has like a good emotional relationship with. No one wants to talk to me. But I think the books lead themselves heavily to the interpretation of Holmes being somewhere on the aromantic, asexual, like, spectrum. Can I get snacks?
Would you like a drink, sir? Would you like a drink, sir?
Apparently I don't. I do, in some versions, like the Irene Adler Sherlock Holmes ship. It depends on how they're doing it, but in most cases, I'm not a fan of that either. Because in the original story, and I think the original story is right, and I know, Dad, you and I have talked about this before, they didn't have a romantic connection. Irene was in love with somebody else. And the whole thing was not, oh, she used her, like, womanly wiles and mind to outsmart him, and he fell in love with her. It was like, he found her fascinating and interesting because he beat so many people, and so many people couldn't outsmart him, but she did. Someone that, based on, the social ideas of the time, would not be believed to be intelligent enough and clever enough in an iconic way. In that kind of way, to then be able to outsmart him. And that was what was so fascinating, is she was this incredibly intelligent and clever woman at a time where it was believed women couldn't be intelligent and clever. And that was what's fascinating. That's what he enjoyed about her. It wasn't falling in love with her. It was just like, you beat me and surpassed my expectations and kind of hit against this belief that I have about people in society because of the worldview we live in. And it's really cool. And it's one of the reasons I fucking love Irene Adler. But so many interpretations they still tend to make her smart, but they tend to reduce her and her story into being in love with Sherlock and Sherlock falling in love with her in some way. She also gets beat a lot more often in different interpretations, and it's just like, no. She's the woman who beat him. She wasn't his Hoshi. She was not. Again, you and I have talked about this a lot, Dad. A letter lost in the hotel. Dear James, I read your treatise on the binomial theorem with great interest, and although some parts of it still remain unclear for me, I must say that you have done an impressive amount of research. I strongly recommend you publish as soon as possible, for I anticipate a great and wide practical usage of your method as soon as it becomes known. Sincerely yours, Professor Gilbert. I apologize ahead of time if I do the thing where I slip into an accent. I can't get into my room. Oh, this is 227. I don't know numbers. 228. 229, which means my room must be somewhere else. Hello. Can I can jog. There we go. I can't interrupt the orchestra by running through them. Gotta go this way. Anyone want to talk to me? But how are you guys doing tonight? Ignore my rambling about Sherlock Holmes. But how are you guys doing? Hello. You want to talk to me? No? Okay.
I apologize, sir, but your room is not yet ready. Perhaps, in the meantime, you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight, the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Let's check what they have on offer.
Oh, there you are, John. Come along, Watson. Also, they spelled your name wrong. Actually, that's interesting. They spelled John wrong. I wonder if that's not John.
Hey, Sherry. Just our luck.
Oh, well, I'm assuming it's a John, but I'm wondering if that's not Watson. Because John Watson, in all media I've ever read or watched, and I believe in all the previous games, is spelled with an H. It's John.
If seafood's not to your taste, everyone loves Benedict's batch. Our poached eggs with hollandaise sauce.
So are you not...
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
World's Greatest Detective doesn't know where he lives, almost like he might misspell his own name too. Fuck
Excuse
off.
me, sir, but I believe Mr. Galich is conducting a séance at the moment. Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait?
Why?
Pardon me?
Why should I sit for a portrait?
Sir, it's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification.
All things require justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs.
How about art as the lens through which we see
The thing is,
truth of the
especially
world?
in mystery
That's
games and
backward.
games
Truth
like
is not
these,
subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or
I
it isn't. You do not need
always
a
wish
lens
to
see
take
it, just an
note
open
of
mind.
the things that seem weird.
That seems rather close-minded. Truth,
Things that seem
like
weird, the things that
beauty, is in
seem
the eye of the
out of
beholder.
place.
So tell me, what do
And
you
so
see?
that's one of the things.
Mediocrity.
Is in all other things I've ever seen,
Come
John
on,
Watson
Sherry, what
is
did he
spelled
do to deserve
J-O-H-N,
that?
not
The servant
J-O-N.
mentioned ceviche at
Now,
the bar,
there
Sherry.
is
You
a
should grab us some, and I'll find us a
John
table.
that I know
I'm
that is spelled
starving.
J-O-N in fiction that I enjoy, and that is the Jonathan Sims, from the Magnus Archives, who, which John is spelled J-O-N. But this one's
The
weird.
servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
That would also explain why you call me Sherry. As if you're not Watson, because why the fuck would Watson call me Sherry?
If seafood's not to your taste,
Superman shortens his to
everyone
John
loves
as well.
Benedict
Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah, John
Our poached eggs
John
with
Kent
hollandaise sauce.
also shortens it that way.
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
I am still kind of sad that they aged.
Sherry,
John
I'm over
Kent
here
up.
with my new Ursine companion. What are you waiting for? Put the dish down so we can tuck in.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Okay, I'm
Come
off to sleep.
now,
Have a good night,
Sherry.
kiddo. See you
What
tomorrow.
say we amuse
I'll see you
ourselves with a
tomorrow. I
little
love
game?
you. Sleep well.
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
Ah, so it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Why should I return
Deliver
it?
it to him. Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look.
I'm just writing a little note in my notebook here about the John thing. Okay.
The hand grip is a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon.
Onion.
A crest depicting a bulb of
Garlic,
garlic in
not
a
onion.
meadow. Perhaps
So
the
sorry.
Fielding family or Meadows. Or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place. The cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits.
Someone's
This
been using
cane
this
is
to
an
beat
expensive
people.
and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner. All right, I hope you noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
Sherlock can ask bystanders about a piece of evidence. Press the button to open the casebook, pin the evidence with square, then speak something. Try it now with the cane. Press details for more. Nice picture of John. Okay, pin evidence. Can I find more, like, information? Oh, here's a map of all of Cordona. It's a decent size, like, place. Wardrobe. Stuff for later. Yes, I wash it sometimes. Why? Alright.
May I ask for your assistance?
Friend, you're lucky there is something I know about this.
There are 3 people at the table, a couple and a retired Navy officer. Observers weren't sure what happened to the couple, but the Navy officer was seen going out to the front garden for some air. I have to find
Well,
him.
even with your keen senses, Sherry, I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And would you be confident enough to bet on it, my friend?
Why not? Let's see how good you really are.
Okay. Press R1 to concentrate and reveal details to identify your target. Don't forget to pin the relevant evidence. Some clues won't be visible without it. Try to find the former Navy officer. Okay. Good swimmer, sympathetic, Arab, accountant. Retired military officer. So probably you. Greek Future myopic. Affable. Airbanker, blind and left eye friendly. Scottish physician, good singer, affable. Redonian artist, suicide attempts, affable. Oh, Jesus, are you good, man? Okay, so it's gonna be that guy. Right there.
Help me, please.
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
Woo! The Navy officer, Mr. Rhodes, was sitting at our table with the noble couple. The men talked about yachting, and the lady was fidgeting with the cane. Perhaps she put it aside, and her husband forgot to take it when they went to meet the medium. I have a perfect excuse to enter the seance room.
Hey, Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
I'm just going to give the cane to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show.
I've now got in my head, because of the spelling issue. How'd you teleport? Walk, John.
Come on, if you hurry, perhaps we'll see the ghost.
Excuse me, I'm going to invade now.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am? Hey, boy! That's my cane!
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made.
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Observe. I'm gonna be a sassy bitch. Swollen reddish face. Rich and fashionable. Garlic. Head of garlic doesn't wear a red ring. Also, you punch people. Recently hit someone with force. Judging by the heraldic emblem on his signet ring and cane, I can be fairly certain that this man is Lord Craven, a bored, rich English nobleman who travels around Europe squandering his money. His florid face indicates that he has problems with alcohol. He is still physically strong and wealthy, but in a few years' time, he'll be wretched. Being constantly drunk, he has issues with his temper. His red knuckles reveal that he has severely beaten at least one person quite recently. His anger issues, mixed with alcohol and contrariety, could make him a violent person. Bored British nobleman and ill Englishman on resort. Bored British nobleman.
Simple deduction. Your cane told me everything I needed to know. I was after a strong, middle-aged man with a keen interest in adventure, noble blood, and affection for strong drink. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. That's me, Lord Andrew Craven. You are the real medium. You hear that, Emma? Well, you found my cane.
Emma's
Perhaps you can
suffering
locate
on
my
the couch over there.
diamond, too. Yes, you should do it. It will be
dying
child's
over there.
play for you, Mr.
Holmes. And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this.
What happened?
You insist the medium robbed you during the seance. But what occurred exactly?
It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Ah, yes. Common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
How brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
Ah, yes, the smart decision. Punch the ghost.
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a seance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Raja, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty, and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Well, a crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
I'm going to look
Stay
around.
here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
All right. Press L1 to highlight interactive areas in the environment around you. This ability must recharge before it can be used again. So I can't just be like, on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay. Concentration helps you pick up smaller details about the world around you. When you see a scribbled white circle, press R1 to observe the object more closely.
The diamond was placed on the table so that all participants could reach it.
It was an egg-shaped diamond. Okay. Guessing this is the ectoplasm.
This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
There's not?
Ectoplasm. The ghost was here, Sherry.
Oh, calm down, Watson. There's no such thing as ghosts.
This brooch is old and cheap, but the moth design has its charms.
It's pretty. Let's see, broken glass.
There are light traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass. Half a glass of Balblair Scotch and the remains of a Paul Larranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need?
It's on the ground.
Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Really, Sherry? Poor thing.
Sherlock, I know it's kind of in your nature, but don't be a bitch. How are you doing, sir?
What happened here?
I don't know.
Yeah, just drop the
ghost.
guitar.
I summoned it as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
Fuck is up in her neck.
Do you feel the presence of any supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait.
That's a lot of carrots. No wonder rabbits love diamonds.
I will investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But the stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do
Diamonds are a
something
girl's
like that.
best friend. The
Perhaps
rabbits
you
even
can
more
reason
so.
with him, please?
Seems like you're ready to delve into your mind palace, Sherry. I'm sure you'll make some good deductions.
Mind Palace. You found enough clues to make a deduction. Open the casebook and then navigate to the Mind Palace. Inside, pair the clues you've gathered to make deductions. Okay, Mind Palace. Ghosts of the past. Luca. Okay, Luca owns a pin in the shape of a moth. Lady Craven faced the window. Lady pointed out across the table. No. I want to. How do I combine clues? Courtyard witness. There we go. Lady Craven was pointing at the window. I'm sure she saw someone in the courtyard during the seance. This book. Pin evidence.
It seems there may have been an unexpected visitor outside the window.
Ah, I hope it was the ghost of the Raja.
Thank you for helping us resolve the situation, sir.
I will do my darndest. Oh, hello. Recently scratched, something stuck. It's a heel.
This looks recent. A shoe with a broken heel will surely leave scratches. All right, John. Do you think a ghost could leave this footprint?
To track someone's
I'm reserving
movements,
judgment.
first pin the
Use
relevant
your keen eye to follow
evidence
the
to
trail.
screen. Then enter concentration mode with R1 to reveal the trail. Sherlock would intuit the approximate path, so stay within that search area. Okay. Okay, so I think I've done it already. Oh! Okay. Following a ghostly mannequin and a weird pathway. Shoo!
Rose de Moore. All the maids in the hotel wear this exact shoe.
Lexi, enter the Mind Palace.
Size 4 with a broken heel.
So, definitely not the ghost of a Raja?
Unfortunately
Unless... No, what a shame.
Our witness was a nosy maid. Searching the entire hotel could be difficult. Perhaps the
Immediately
other maids
to the
can help us
shoes, you're a
find her.
sick puppy. I've got a one-track mind here. I need to find a maid. I'm guessing it's going to tell me if I find a maid with the right size shoe. No, not her. No. Can't go there. Size 4. Shoe size 4.
Finally, there you are. One would think a maid would be easy to find in this place.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you need more towels?
No, no. You are the maid who saw the ghost in the seance room, yes?
How did you know?
Simple. You changed shoes after breaking a heel while fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, sir, but if I may ask, who are you?
A sassy bitch. I am solving a crime. I am a writer. A crime. I am a writer. Let's lie.
I'm a novelist documenting the supernatural and those who witness it. Now, should you take a starring role in the tale, I will need your name.
Oh my. A book? And you want to include me? I'm Lucia. Lucia Saletta.
Something went wrong during the seance, Lucia, but no one will tell me what happened. You would be a valuable interview if you were there.
I was. And I saw everything with my own eyes.
So what the fuck happened?
Describe what happened during the seance.
A lady and two gentlemen were sitting at a table, touching their hands to something. the medium started to whisper and chant, and a ghost appeared.
A ghost? You're confident?
It was unearthly, sir. It grew from the medium's chest. A glowing cloud or a bubble. I pressed closer against the window to see better.
And the lady saw you?
How did you... Yes. She screamed and pointed, so I hurried to escape, and I broke my heel. But I did see the ghost. A sickly, evil thing.
And that's all you can tell me? Did you see any of what happened next?
The medium, Mr. Galici, he was doing something with the ghost. He grabbed at it like he was trying to catch it. And then I ran.
I suppose I should be grateful you endured these horrors for such a long time. All right, I have your account memorized. Good day.
You lied to the poor girl, Sherry. What a tease. She'll dream about being a character of that book.
Well, you
Surely
can write
a
it.
pleasant dream is better than no dream at all, John.
Oh, let's get back to the crime scene. I always love seeing you explain simple things to simpletons.
You're not John Watson. Watson enjoys this stuff, but he's not quite so upfront about it. There's a little bit more, like...
Lady Craven retired to her room to rest.
Well, you don't have to
Lord
be
Craven remained here
rude,
until the staff
Sherlock.
reported that the medium was locked in his room.
Kind of thing. With enough clues, Sherlock can use imagination to reconstruct the past, interact with the node to begin, then recreate an accurate version of events. Here, try to place the seance participants in their correct positions. I'm going to pray now. Oh! Okay, John will be my avenue. No. No. Alright. Validate.
It all began when the lady screamed and pointed at the window. Lord Craven jumped up. ready
Lexi,
to
why the
face
heck is his
anything,
sleeve
ghost
rolled up?
or human.
To make
The
him look
medium shrank
hotter, I
back in
guess.
dismay. He was not
That one
expecting
arm's
such a
just
reaction
really
and
warm.
had to quickly hide the ghost.
He wants to
The
look
lady
cool.
was the only one left
You
touching
you
the
see
diamond,
his goddamn
at least
chain that he's
until she
got
fainted.
randomly? It's very clearly not connected to any sort of, like, pocket watch.
Amazing. It's like you saw it with your own eyes, sir.
Oh, I forgot that you were here.
There's
I
something to
guess
be
I
said
should
about the
discuss all of
attractiveness
this
of
with Lady
forearms.
Craven.
The Cravens are upstairs in room
He's got
226.
This, like,
It is one of our finest suites.
pouch, and
If the
he's
lady
got
was touching a diamond, then she would have felt the
all
ghost
these,
take
like,
it.
little chains and
What do you think it
things.
felt like, Sherry? A jellyfish?
He's got these gloves, like... This is one fashionable fucking dude. Look at this man. Look at this man. He's snazzy as fuck. And apparently snazzy people don't wear both sleeves down. Oh, I'm sorry, did I embarrass you, Holmes? What the fuck was I about to do? Alright. Up to the Graven's room. 226. Upstairs. Which room is 226? There's 225. Which means this one over here should be 226.
Lady Craven is not who she...
Okay.
Lady Craven is not who she... Lady Craven is not who she...
Okay, is it multiple things I'm supposed to be getting here? No. No. Made her husband drink. Sounds bad. Lots of gas this summer. Not use a fish knife. So look out. For the...
Lady Craven is not who she...
Okay. No. No. Made her husband drink. No. No. It's on the lookout. What? Ah! I hope he survives during his time in Expedition 33.
Lady Craven is not who she...
Yeah, Dad also said he looks like Gustav. Okay. No. It's on the lookout. No. No. Cannot use a fish knife. Made her husband drink. Okay. Is that a minigame? It's... gossip detecting. I must detect the gossip and filter out the unnecessary. Her two staff members talking about Lady Craven. They gossiped that the woman may not be the wife of Lord Craven. By their observation, she was on the lookout during the evening while trying to get Lord Craven drunk. They also noticed that the lady was unsure how to properly use a fish knife. Alright, I'm gonna barge into your room now. Have you
You're
now
here,
killed her?
at last. I didn't do that. I swear. I found her this way.
Well, I did have some questions for her, but it seems I've arrived too late. Now it's a matter for the police.
Now
Mr.
there's
Holmes,
been
you said
a
it yourself.
murder.
They're children. They'll only make things worse. You promised me you would investigate.
Investigate a theft, not a murder. Fear not. I will tell them all I've uncovered.
Please help me. The police will surely accuse me of Emma's death. You were the only one who can find the truth.
Fine, but only because it's slightly more interesting than the walls of my room. Tell me what happened.
Look, after you left, I waited in the seance room until the servants locked up Mr. Gallici, the medium.
And was your mistress there too?
Oh, so you know? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Regardless, the staff took Emma to her room. She was still feeling dizzy.
So you didn't follow her. Interesting.
Where'd you go
Where
next?
did you go instead?
To the bar. It had been almost an hour.
Holmes needs some
see.
stubble or something.
And how
He's got
long
the
did you
facial hair of a
stay?
Ken doll. He's
My part of
21.
a well-earned whiskey
to be
or
fair.
two before retiring upstairs. Ask anyone
In this
there.
game, he's 21. So it's understandable they look so fresh-faced as a 21-year-old. Now, I do know some people his age, and I knew some people his age when I was in college and around the age of 21 that had like some facial hair and stuff, but I genuinely knew a lot more people that were very clean shaven at 21. That's not a detective, that's a baby.
Is Mr. Gallici
He's but
still
a
being held? And
child,
where
my
did the
lord.
servants secure him?
He's in room 225. But that pigeon-livered man at the reception desk refused to give me the key.
Well, I will have to visit reception myself then. Perhaps he will listen to reason.
He is but
now
a
we arrive at the
child.
tragedy at hand.
How can we put him in charge of such things? What did you do
So what
next?
transpired after your detour to the bar?
I headed up to my room to find Emma on the bed. I didn't pay her much attention at first. I was still preoccupied with that damned medium. But when I realized she was silent, I drew closer and discovered she was dead. What's more, the diamond lay right there beside her.
Dun dun dun.
Well, that is splendid news.
Splendid? The return of the diamond will be cold comfort if I live out my days in a jail
I
cell.
do
You
kind of
must
agree.
help me.
He doesn't
Let me see
really
what I can
look
find.
like Holmes to me at the moment, just because he does look so
Why
young.
am I not surprised?
And Holmes is, you know, in his like late 30s, early 40s in majority of depictions. Okay, I'm going to examine your mistress's dead body.
Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises.
Look at that. Fancy.
This must be the missing diamond. A tremendous specimen, now forever tainted. Everything was tipped out of the bed as if it was searched.
You think she stole the stone?
It's certainly possible, but we won't get her confession now.
Well, there is a professional medium right next door.
This has a false bottom.
Aha. A neat.
Oop, accidentally skipped over some dialogue. It's a moth.
This ring looks out of place among the others, and the design is familiar.
Because it's the same as the brooch that the frickin' dude had.
Several £1,000s, that's quite a fortune.
Anything else in here? There's a ring.
Virtus audacta sapit. Courage tastes bold. A unique family motto.
Anything else in here worth noting at the moment? Maybe the design of the box, perfume.
Fard Rouge Calomel Mascara, a real altar of beauty for the travelling temptress.
The mystery deepens. A victim with a checkered past and poor taste.
Okay. Finalize that there's nothing else in this room I need to care about. Hello.
A remarkably simple lock.
So someone could have picked the door. What about over here? What's over here? Letter regarding compensation. Lord Craven, you promised me compensation for your gross misconduct in order to cover the cost of my treatment and quell the scandal, and I have not received a penny. You know that I lost my job after your false accusations. Now, even after my innocence has been proven, I can't return to work because of my hand injury. If you continue to ignore me, I shall be forced to appeal to the court. Interesting. Can I not take note of the broken glass and stuff down there? The letter regarding the stolen ring. Dear sir, I have to inform you that the theft investigation continues, however the ring has not yet been found. We had to free L.O. DuPont, the servant, as we were unable to find any evidence of his participation in the crime. We will inform you of any progress in this case. Lieutenant Gavreau, Marcel Police Commissariat.
Someone was not happy with his post.
Can I try and, like, fix the
Someone
letter?
was not happy with his post.
No, apparently I cannot. Let's see.
I doubt I can help with this. Get to the point, Mr. Holmes.
I found these jewels secreted away. Are you familiar with them?
Ah, it cannot be so. That deceptive wagtail. How could she do this?
That sounds like a yes.
These items were supposedly stolen from us during our trip. I must have spent hours reporting it all to the police. And it turns out she had them all along. The trollop. I'd kill her myself were she not dead already.
Do you recognize this ring?
Should I? That's a third-rate piece if ever I've seen one. I'd never buy something like this.
Did you ever see Miss Emma wearing it?
No. And why should she? I gave her enough jewelry that she could wear a superior ring every day of the week. Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it. You know that.
Well, I'm gonna go next door and see if I can talk to the other guy. I cannot go and talk to the other guy. Can I do anything in my mind palace at the moment? Mothpin. Mothring. Luca and Emma could have met before. Lose. Emma had a history of deceit, but made Lord Craven believe that servants were stealing. Luca could have known Emma was a thief. Okay. Lord Craven can't control his temper. Okay, I don't know what that's. Gotta do with it. Seconds left. Okay, so this is similar to what you're able to do in Crimes and Punishments. Where you're able to choose from possibilities. Luca could know Emma set him up. Okay.
Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it. You know that.
Verify that he was actually at the bar. And can I get a key to the other room?
Give me the key to Luca Galici's room. I need to talk to him about the events of the séance.
I suppose you are an impartial outsider. All right, but please do not give it to Lord Craven. We do not want to see our reputation damaged further.
Awkward. They still don't know what a nasty surprise awaits upstairs.
Hush. No need to cause another ruckus. The last thing we want is the police to come meddling.
Sorry. Maybe a guest noticed him.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Friend, you're lucky there is something I know about this.
I found a witness who advises that Lord Craven spent only a short time at the bar after he left the seance room. So those are in kind of opposition with each other. And you need to go and talk to the other guy. Dear Luca, I hope you will have time to visit our estate and perform another seance. Since I was last able to speak to my husband through you, I feel that my life has changed completely. I cannot wait until I can speak to him again. I am anxious for your visit. Sincerely yours, Countess Lamore.
A familiar substance. It's the ectoplasm that stained the seance table, but this time there's enough for analysis.
Some clues can be examined with chemical analysis. Open your casebook and highlight the evidence marked with the plastic icon. Press X during your analysis. Ooh. I can analyze. How do I do this? Do I put on here? Ah, okay. This to this. This to this. Confirm. Hell yeah. The reaction shows is rubber latex mixed with phosphorus. As much as this chemical element is dangerous to hold in the mouth, I'm quite disappointed. I expected to find something trickier.
My faith in this medium has burst, just like a rubber balloon.
Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
Or weapons and defenses against visitors from the great beyond.
Do you always travel with your books, Mr. Galici?
I do. In my line of work, one needs resources available to help deal with the unpredictable and unworldly.
Can I examine what kind of books they are? How does the lock look from this side? Can I examine that? No. Well, let me go into any depth on the lock from this side.
I'm afraid I can wait no longer to hear your account of the seance, Mr. Galici. So please, tell me what you saw.
Lady Craven wanted to meet the spirit of the Raja. My conjuration was successful. Perhaps even too successful. I am sure the spirit was the only one who could have taken the diamond. Lord Craven needs to leave me alone.
Do you think the police will believe you?
Of course. I didn't take anything. And spiritual phenomena are beyond their control. Or should I summon the ghost again so they may attempt to handcuff it?
I think I would prefer to begin my investigation in the physical realm.
Took a heavy blow. Yeah, because he was punched in the face. Used a lot of makeup. Trained in sleight of hand. Skinny, seems malnourished. He's got scratches. Fresh scrapes, slightly bleeding. Former thief become medium.
I have shocking news that changes your situation entirely. Oh, no, wait. What am I thinking? The spirits will have told you this already.
I'm not in the necessary state for summoning. The spirits prefer clarity of mind
was
and
that
soul.
music?
Please.
Dun, 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 dun,
Lady Craven
dun,
died
dun,
in the
dun.
very next room while you were in here. Did you not hear anything?
What? How? In fact, I did hear noises. That Craven is a very loud man. But I never thought he would do that to his wife.
Well, you claim to be a medium. Perhaps you could ask her spirit why.
What? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh well, at least I can make the dead talk.
Tell me about your scratches.
Those scratches on your hands look rather painful. What happened to you?
It was those savage servants. They were so rough bringing me here as if I was trying to escape. When I'm free, I'll demand compensation.
How do you feel about
Do you realize
ectoplasm?
just how dangerous it is to hold phosphorus in the mouth?
I beg your pardon?
I'll bet it makes your rubber balloons glow impressively in the dark, but you'll regret it when the hypertension and vomiting sets in.
You mock my talents, sir. You shouldn't be so flippant about things beyond your earthly understanding. How ignorant one must be to compare a spirit's ectoplasm with balloons.
It was merely a word of caution. We both know how match factory workers look after several years on the job.
Sorry, that's beyond my expertise. Sorry, that's beyond my expertise.
What do you think about the ring?
That's a remarkable pin of yours, Mr. Galici. Does it have any meaning?
The butterfly? It's a reminder of a time in which I was truly happy.
What a coincidence. Lady Craven had a ring with the same design.
A coincidence indeed. I suspect it is a common theme in jewelry.
Uh-huh. Totally. Okay. I was strangled. For scratches. For scratches from servants. Yeah, there's really only one answer to this one. What if I did switch everything? See, that doesn't make any actual sense. Because then it leaves, like, half the stuff out of it. So. Nope. Murderer left with the diamond. Window of opportunity. I'm gonna scratch Luca. Bring Luca Galici to justice. Luca Galici is a murderer. He couldn't stop himself from killing Emma, even though he could have just told the police everything. Luca fought for his life, given his checkered past. If he were arrested, nothing could save him from a death sentence, and Emma knew it. I will not stop him from fleeing and starting a new life. I'm sorry. I'm going to bring him to justice.
Luca Galici, I know you murdered Lady Craven, and I can prove it.
That would be a grand story for the newspapers. But where's your proof? I was locked in here and could not hurt a fly.
Yes, the locked room. Good of you to mention it. I inspected the door between the rooms, and the lock on it is piteous. You could open it with a penknife.
So I am now a burglar, as well as a thief and a murderer?
As for the motive, it's obvious that you deduced that Lady Craven was the real thief. Of course, it helped that this was not your first encounter with Miss Emma.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How on earth
It's all
can you
lies.
believe this?
I think the
Leave me
police
alone.
will easily find the proof when they browse their archives. Your wrists are bloodied, and there's no way a servant's manhandling could cause such an injury. It was Lady Craven as you strangled her.
You are fantasizing, Mr. Holmes.
It is done, Luca. You will be arrested. Your best strategy now is to confess and hope your reasons were justified.
I don't know how you figured it out. But yes.
Because
I killed her. I had to.
have eyes.
This woman could not get away with ruining my life twice.
Twice?
I
And
knew
could
Emma
make
before she
some
was a
fairly
lady.
obvious connections.
I mean, She pretended to be noble back then too, but only so our gang, the Moths, could steal from those snobs. She betrayed us, stole all our money and disappeared, leaving us to rot in jail. I was young. I spent 3 years in that hell.
And tonight, she tried to set you up again. Did she recognize you?
She didn't. I came to her afterwards, pleading that she drop this farce, but she laughed in my face. I just remembered my time in the clink. All I suffered while she indulged.
My personal Watson, my Catson, is on my lap.
Murder is murder, Luca. You could have told Lord Craven the truth and seen Miss Emma's downfall, but you could not restrain yourself.
He would never believe me.
We will never know. Still, perhaps a jury will be more easily swayed. If not, you'll get to see your friends in jail again soon.
Sorry.
We'll meet again, Holmes. I will get you, in this life or the next. Get your hands off me.
He murdered the woman who put him in jail. Should we be worried?
Fear not, John. Unlike Miss Emma, I will see him coming.
Shows up at the end of the game, murders me.
That was too much fun, Sherry. I'm buzzing. Buzzing. Wasn't it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything. Even murder.
Doesn't mean he should.
To solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Ah, damn. Well, take one last look at the view, then we must be off.
Where are we
Time to
going?
do what we came here for.
The music's so melancholy. Where are we going? New Mind Palace clue. Spent one night at Il Palazzo deLusso and fell into a criminal investigation. That's not how I imagined my time at Condorona. But the thrill of the case helped to distract me from darker thoughts. Now it's time to go to the cemetery in Miner's End. There's a figure of a crying angel on Mother's tombstone. I'm here to visit my dead mom. My imaginary friend, John. Okay, so it's not Watson. It's right on that. Because Watson's not dead. Or fake. I guess. Well, that explains how John teleports. I should save real quick. Because I don't know if this has... Oh yeah, there's my old saves. Apparently from very early 2023. Okay, where the frick am I going? Map. I need to go to a cemetery. Where is the cemetery? Miner's End. Did it say? Where? Hi.
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Fast travel.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
The funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. I couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
I thought you wanted to remember, Sherry. Concentrate, and I'm sure it will come back to you.
Okay.
Mycroft was adamant that we leave for London immediately after the funeral. He never told me why, but I saw how unsettled he was by the long requiem.
Guess I'm gonna stay in this mode for a little while.
The service was sparsely attended. Though my parents were buried separately, the pastor said they're united in heaven. I didn't believe him even then.
You don't believe in God.
I wanted to see her one last time before the coffin was interred and say how I loved her. The chance never came. I feel rather faint.
You're fine, you're fine. It's over now. You remembered everything. It will get easier soon.
Violet Holmes. How long have I had an imaginary friend?
A pocket watch? It seems familiar, John. Why is it here?
Mysterious visitor. Was someone here?
Rest in peace, Violet Holmes. Goodbye, Mother.
Only 40 years old. The age.
This watch was a gift. My mother's initials are engraved on it. The piece is in good condition. It must have been placed here only recently.
Mycroft's here. That's my guess. Mycroft's here. I dare disturb Catson. She's very upset with me now.
A candle in a small puddle of wax. It cannot have been lit for more than half an hour.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
It's how I process.
This is my mother's pocket watch, John. Who put it here and why? Are you not in the slightest bit interested?
Let's talk to this guy. Maybe he saw someone. Excuse me.
Are you able to help me?
Don't be angry with me, sir, but I don't know.
Darn it. There's gotta be another cleaner somewhere. I just said something.
Don't mind me, sir. I'm just a loyal servant of my craft.
Nothing. Can I hop over? I don't have the ability to jump, apparently. I can't hop a fence.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't think I'm rich enough to talk to you, sir.
I'm too poor to talk to you.
Are you able to help me?
A man like you should not speak to a man like me.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Someone's been painting. It said he... like, wrote something. Oh! He's complaining about the fact that I'm talking to everybody. Maybe I missed something. Did I miss something? No. Not this way. Is it? I'm missing something. I'm supposed to do something else first. What?
This is excessive, Sherlock. Can you not let the mystery be?
Nope. Again, my thought was that that should be pinned. Did I have... Oh, for the love of... Freaking bots. Get the frick out of my house! Fuck am I missing? Ah! Oh, hello, little things. Genuinely, what am I not seeing? There's footprints right there. How do I... Can I not scan the footprints? They're right there. my god. That's it. I have the wrong fucking thing tagged.
A man in fashionable shoes stood near the tomb. The size of the prints suggests he is approximately 5.5 feet tall.
No wonder I'm not getting shit. Okay. Bike wheel.
You were about to tell me the make and model of tyre, but let me assure you, I do not care.
Oh, come on.
Ah, well, it was going to be very impressive. Come on then, the trail continues ahead.
Man's riding an old-timey bicycle.
He mustn't be far away to leave it unattended.
A portable easel was kept there. The Hospitaller crypts. If memory serves, they're located at the far end
where
of the
that
cemetery around an
frickin'
old tree.
Painting area was that I was at before.
I hope that inspiration strikes upon visiting these beautiful vaults. At the very least, you'll enjoy the view. Yours, Mercuria.
Mercuria. Anything else noteworthy about this spike? Paintbrushes? What am I not noticing?
It's stained with oil paint.
An artist working in a cemetery. Do you think he'd paint my portrait?
No one could see you but me. So I could, you know, heavily describe you. But oh wait, now there's a person over here. Oh, it's the guy
that
from
ridiculous
before.
artist from the hotel.
Be nice, Sherry. Make friends.
I don't have friends.
Mr. Holmes, did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name. I must say I was rather absorbed in it all. The fallibility of men. Such scandal.
It was a welcome distraction.
Oh, my manners. I am Werner Vogel, art enthusiast and gallery proprietor.
Mr. Vogel, I was perhaps too curt when last we spoke.
Speak no more of it. Travel takes it out of any man, never mind when this is your destination. Once I learned who you were, the pieces fell into place. Your mother was well liked on Codona in her time here. I was sorry to hear of her passing.
Apologies, I just got an email from my work, and considering the school year's over, I need to make sure that see what that was. Did you visit my mother's
How
too?
did you come to possess my mother's pocket watch?
Oh my! It is quite something to witness those powers of deduction firsthand. Yes, I left you her timepiece. After her death, there was
But
an
how did you
estate
get it in
sale.
the first place?
All of Cordona's elite picking of her remains. I couldn't let such a lovely thing go to those vultures. When I learned your name, I could no longer keep the watch in good conscience. It is yours by right, and I knew you'd find it here.
Thank you. I'd forgotten all about it, but the moment I saw it, I knew it was hers. Amazing what the young mind forgets and the older can recall. Rather odd, loitering in a cemetery.
I suspect you'll win, but I'm here for my art. There's beauty everywhere if you look, even in decay. A little darkness brings out the light. Now, a diligent observer might note that you too are loitering in a cemetery. What brings you here? Closure answers penance?
Closure, I suppose.
And what is closure? Mere proximity?
Understanding. Acceptance.
You didn't understand from afar. You had to come here to accept the truth of her death?
Of course I understand. She died of consumption, drowning in her own blood.
Your mother?
Yes, my mother.
I must have been misinformed. I'd heard otherwise.
Otherwise than consumption?
No, you'd know better than I. I'd heard talk of a police investigation, but Cordona is a notorious gossip. And what does it matter? She's passed on either way.
She has.
Well,
did Mycroft
shall
tell
intrude
me a
no
lie?
longer. I'll
Did
leave
Big
you to your
Brother
closure.
keep secrets from me
Do stop
to
by the gallery
hide
if
the
your
truth?
travels permit.
Was my mother murdered?
Farewell.
Murdered.
Are you all right, Sherry? Take as long as you need.
Whatever I need, it isn't here. We should explore Cordona. Perhaps there are archives that may shed further light.
The archives at the City Hall Police Station, and Cordona Chronicle may hold key information for your case. When investigating a piece of evidence, think about which location is most appropriate to visit. He said there was a police investigation. So, I'm going to want to go to the police station. This guy, it must be a fast travel point. I need to go here. Where can you... Can you only take me to, like, places I've been to before? I need to unlock fast travel points. Interesting. Hello.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't want to talk to you, mister.
Oh, I thought maybe you could just randomly talk to me. I have to, like, keep this map up. Okay. I have to go over to the main bridge, which is over here. Emperor's Aqueduct. New fast travel point. So, unlock the fast travel points. Newsboy.
Extra! Look at what you've done! Criminal Luca Gallici, posing as a medium, confesses to the strangulation of a noblewoman.
The cheapest news on the island. Thank you.
Consequences. Oh, that's cool. A fan of the occult got more than she bargained for after a visit to a spiritualist, her own death. Police arrested Luca Gallici, the famous medium, at Il Palazzo del Lusso after he remorsefully confessed to the murder of the noblewoman. In an unlikely development, the investigation was initiated not by the police, but by another guest at the hotel, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. The investigating officer said that the crime appears to be the consequence of a theft carried out during Mr. Gallici's seance. Sources tell the Chronicle that Gallici has a checkered past, not to expect severe consequences for his latest transgression. Oh no, I've given him a death sentence. Run, 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 run. Posters. We are here for your sake. Empire strikes hard. Sun never sets on the British Empire. Well, at least no one's arresting me for running crazily through the streets. Have I reached the police station? Is this the police station? Yes. Excuse me, I'd like to talk to you about my mother.
Stark do this, Stark do that. I'm not a clerk, damn it. How
Are
am I
you
supposed
Tony
to get
Stark?
those records now? Yes? What is it? Would you like to report a crime?
No, I wouldn't. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I want to use the police archives.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm serious.
So am I. Officer Logan locked himself inside and he's not letting anyone in.
What happened?
What happened exactly?
A tailoress from Scaladio's been robbed. Logan spent 2 whole days at the shop sketching the thief, and she still insists that it's all wrong. That shrew drove him up the wall, she did.
Why the archives?
But why the archives? Won't that stall everyone's work?
You bet it will. He's looking up all the thieves in Cordona over the past decade. Say one thing for Logan. He's persistent.
Anything I can do to help?
Would you mind if I talk to this tailoress? I could get you the sketch in no time.
Get off your high horse, mister. You think you're better than our sketch artist?
Actually, I'm quite certain I am. Let me prove it.
Well, I see no harm in it, as long as it gets Logan out of there. In fact, I need to look up some records too. Here's the address. Good luck.
Okay, cool. Oh, am I gonna learn how to disguise myself? Let me learn how to disguise myself. Place on the map. What? No. Edit. The police need to get a sketch of the thief who robbed Mrs. Nini's atelier, located at the intersection of Knights Road and Trinity Way in Scalado. Okay. Knights Road. So it's right here. Awesome. I want to check some of these road names now. Baskerville Street. Huh. Reichenbach Road. Hudson Eddy. Arsenal. Poirot. Some references to stories, other famous characters. Watson Street. Musgrave. Wiggins Street. Hound Road. Lestrade Road. Turns out literally everything is in his head. Ripper Street. Moran Road. LeBlanc. Cumberbop. Okay, in my mind, that is absolutely a reference to Cumberbatch. Gallifrey Street, hell yeah! Do they have any references to Professor's Road? Redbeard. Do they have any references to some of the actors? Sharonford. Again, some very famous names and locations. Scarlet. There's no Baker Street, but there is a Bakery Street. Eurus. It'd be cool if they had some streets or buildings or something named after, like, famous Sherlock Holmes actors or some of the people who have written, like, well-known Sherlock Holmes books over the years. But the references that there are in the street names are cool. Oh, I forgot to actually... No, I don't want to edit it. I want to put my compass mark on it. That... I'm like, it didn't work. Okay. Hotel.
Nice to see you.
Sorry. Is this the atelier? This is the atelier.
I'm pleased to meet you, Ma'am. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm here to sketch the thief for the police investigation.
Oh, another one. I hope you'll be more patient than the previous sketches, Signore.
Let's do it differently.
I suggest we do it differently. You have a great many clothes here, haven't you?
Why, of course, but they're not for sale. I only do tailoring and mending.
No matter. I'll attempt to disguise myself as the thief, and you'll tell me if I get it right.
As you wish, Signor Holmes.
Can you describe the thief for me?
He was all ugly and beat up looking. An utter rascal if ever I'd seen one. He gave me a nasty look from behind his glasses and then made himself scarce.
And that's it? Could you be more specific?
He was a total villain, I told you. How much more specific do you want me to be?
All right, never mind. Where can I find the clothes?
They're in my workshop at the back. Be careful, won't you?
Of course. Those are in the back. 2 wardrobe items acquired. 6 wardrobe items acquired. Got some hats. Got some suits. Any more materials I can get?
Oh, look at this old chap putting on airs like some Italian doge. Why don't you disguise yourself as him instead?
We have a job to do, John.
Oh, come on, at least do him first.
Okay, I think that's all the materials. Okay, so... What's me dress up as? That guy first. Okay.
What can I do for you, Sherlock?
Do I look like the guy in the picture? Don't I look absolutely stunning? Seriously though, is there any sign of, like, a neckerchief or something? Because that's what this guy has. He has, like, a neckerchief. Well, this is the wrong answer. But I'll show it to her anyways.
Uncle Giovanni? Oh, signore, you look exactly like my uncle. He's the grandson of the Doge of Venice, you know. I knew you reminded me of someone. You are as alike as two peas. Perhaps you have some royal blood in you, too.
That is flattering, I suppose, but I sincerely doubt it, Mum.
Told you, he's a doge. Now that's a deduction.
He's not an actual doge.
If you say so, my lord, the doge.
Okay, let's do the real thing now. Okay. Oh wait, what's this? Like that? Is this what an utter rascal looks like?
Your face is too innocent now.
What do you mean, too innocent?
There was something evil about his face. Like a mustache. Yes, the kind that all villains twirl as they plot their evil plans.
I'd say that not all villains wear moustaches, but I get your point, Mom.
I can't change clothes here. I have to go to the back room. I must go to the back room to put on a mustache. My villainous mustache.
No, those clothes are wrong. He was dressed in a very fancy beige suit. Must have stolen it from someone. No doubt about it.
All right, I've got it.
He was wearing a hat. Didn't I tell you about the hat? It didn't go well with his suit. That man had no dress sense at all.
Well, what did it look like?
Oh, just a regular hat, you know, black.
Okay. Regular black hat. A bowler hat?
Ah, it's you. I mean, it's him. It's him.
Excellent. Now I can make a sketch and take it to the police.
Yes, please do. That rascal is still on the loose. I hope they are better at catching than sketching.
Before I go, Mom, are you quite certain that you don't have any clothes to sell?
Well, I suppose you can take the police uniform. An officer forgot it here years ago, and I don't have any use for it. If you want to buy clothes, visit the outfitters. You can find them all over Codorna. I hear they even do free rentals now. Let me show you where the nearest one is.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go in the back room again for a second because I want to see all the outfits I can get. Can I see all the outfits I got now? Okay, let's see. Got police uniform. I've got a classic Sherlock Holmes suit. Look at that, fancy boy. A vampiric vampire outfit. Master Sleuth. Okay, I kind of like this one. Phila is calling. Oh, is this the outfit of the main character from The Sinking City? Because The Sinking City is a Frogwares game as well. And that's based on Lovecraftian myth. Laboratory coat. Each pocket holds up to 4 kidneys. Plague Doctor suit. Clergyman. Another classic Holmes suit. Black deluxe suit. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Fancy as fuck. Slavic gangster. Widow's outfit. Ice cream man suit. Okay, we're gonna stick with classic at the moment. Police cap, plague doctor mask, gangster's blinder, ice cream man cap, widow's veil, no glasses, no facial hair, vampire. John can be ice cream John or Ukrainian John, but I can't give him a mustache. The team that makes these games is mostly based out of Ukraine. Frogwares is based out of Ukraine and Ireland, but a decent amount of the team is based out of... What did I do? I have done something and I don't know what it is. But a decent amount of the team is based in Ukraine. That was a big thing when they were making the Sherlock Holmes The Awakened remake. Was concerns about... Because the Kickstarter, I think, ended before Russia launched its attack on Ukraine. And so it became a thing of, hey, things might get delayed a bit because, you know, our country's being fucking invaded.
Hello again, officer. I've spoken to the tailoress and made a sketch of the thief. It was child's play.
No, really? And she didn't give you any trouble?
No, no trouble at all. She was quite tolerable.
Huh. Who would have thought? Hey, Logan, we've got the sketch. Come on out.
If there's something I have learned over the years,
well, they're generally not accessible to the public. But you
people's
really
brains
helped us
work
out, so I'll
in
just
many,
turn a blind
many
eye.
different ways.
I appreciate it.
And sometimes you have to figure out what the right way is
Holmes?
in order to
Come and see me after
either
you're
get
done.
the information you want
I may have a
or to help
proposition
them
for you, Mr.
understand
Holmes.
something. It's something I've had to learn as a teacher. Boop. Melba. Let's see. Which way is your archives? This way? No, this isn't the archives. Archives. Chief Inspector Placido. Evidence room. We're not going to the evidence room right now. Here, we're going to archive. Which must be this way. Archive. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. District. Grand Surrey. Subject. Victims. Crimes. Evidence. Documentation? All I found in the archive was an empty folder labeled thusly, Case of Violet Holmes, April 9th, 1869, Stonewood Manor, Grand Surrey. There are no documents inside at all. It seems that there really was a police investigation, yet all the case files are missing. Nothing. Oh, cutscene.
John, I just recalled that we were living here on Cordona in a manor. And there was a policeman.
Really? What else do you remember? What happened to our mother?
The memory was vague, a mere flash. I have to find our house.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
What the fuck are you doing up there? Okay. Stonewood Manor must be located in Grand Surrey. I also had a glimpse of a bridge and a church on a hill. The manor must be somewhere nearby. Grand Surrey. It's down here. What's this? That's the hotel. Okay, well, there's a bridge. And there's a bridge. So this... What's your... Where are you? Cardona City Hall. My guess is going to be here. It's time to go home, John.
I'm done with the archives for now. Can I help you with anything else?
As a matter of fact, you can. The thing is, our chief inspector has vanished, as if we weren't undermanned enough as it is.
Wait, what do you mean, vanished?
Gone missing on a case. Shady business, but that's besides the point. See that board? Pending cases are posted there for any available officers to investigate. I would take them myself, except that I've been told to work the reception desk, like some clerk. Yes, we're that short-handed.
I understand your predicament, but what does any of it have to do with me? I may be available, but I'm certainly not an officer.
Oh, don't worry about it. Consider yourself a temporary one-man independent police force. That's a bit of a mouthful. There's just one small, minor basic formality. You'll need to complete our physical training course. Easy.
Well, I'm not one to balk at a spot of exercise. What must I do?
Can you run
That's the
around?
spirit. Sergeant Ermy will show you the ropes. Follow me.
So, you're a newcomer. We must be desperate to ask untrained civilians for help.
You're lucky to have a well-trained civilian with a brand new auto pistol in his arsenal.
An automatic? A bit of a braggart, aren't you?
Are you trying to test me already?
That is why you're here, boy. I need to verify your skills before I can allow you to catch criminals. The first targets are in the next room. You know what to do with them. I'll join you in a while to see the results.
Okay.
Concentrate, Sherry. You need to hit every target to show the sergeant how we do it.
To aim, press L2, then fire with R2. Aiming activates slow motion and highlights objects you can shoot, but only for a limited time. To manually reload the pistol, press square.
Hooray!
Proceed to the next room. Meanwhile, I'll fill out the paperwork.
Okay.
Come on, Sherry. It's just like in childhood. Steady, Sherry. Steady. And go. My favourite mannequins for attack. Let's strike them ninja
Aiming
style.
slows time.
Aim for where you might take advantage, and don't forget the environment.
Highlighting enemy weak points and helpful nearby objects. Shoot these will open your foe for arrest. When aiming at environmental objects, make sure your enemy is in proximity before you fire.
I could do this all day.
Please don't, Sherry. We don't have that much time. Let's move on. Our enemies might be stronger than us, but we rely on our wits. Shoot off their armor.
Hooray!
All right, let's move on, Sherry. If you stand here and use your snuff box on them, you can definitely overcome them, Sherry.
Sherlock can blow
calculated.
his snuff box at nearby enemies to disorient them. Just press R1. This ability must recharge after each use, but every arrest you make speeds up the recharge.
Look at that helmet of his. You won't be able to get the powder past it.
Helpful advice, John. I would never have guessed.
Good job, new boy. Well, I'm almost finished with the paperwork. Let's talk about your results. Well, I must say your results aren't as bad as I feared. Perhaps you're not completely hopeless, but true combat is quite different from shooting stationary targets.
I'll handle it just as easily.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, we'll test you against our men. Your task is to detain them, not to kill them. So don't go shooting anyone in the eye. That goes for in the field as well. Even though you'll be working with the police department, that doesn't mean you have a license to kill. Here, take these. They are blank rounds. So, are you ready?
Always ready.
Then let's get cracking.
Worried?
Not at all. I can hit them all with one shot.
Murder is
Good luck,
cruel
Sherry,
and
and
excessive.
remember,
Try to arrest the enemy
the
instead.
surroundings are your playground.
Disorient your opponent. Get in close, then press X to arrest them. Follow the cues promptly to immobilize your foe.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
I did not mean to shoot you.
Too simple.
There's someone else here.
I'm coming for you.
Where are you? Trying to... Ow. Ow.
Take this!
I'm not good at this.
The snuff's ready.
Ow.
I'm coming.
Ah, I keep pressing the wrong buttons.
Overcome him. Don't run.
I couldn't miss the party.
No, not that. I want to shoot this.
Take a rest, my friend.
Oh god, I keep fucking up the controls. Ah!
Time to knock this guy out.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
No, I'm done.
That's
Also,
enough.
ow.
You've proved yourself.
Did I?
Congratulations on the arrests. I can't believe you did so well with the close combat.
Is that what well looks
tell
like?
you that I'm well trained.
Well, do the same on the street, and you'll be well rewarded for every arrest you make. Here is your certificate.
I'm
You are
pretty
now
sure
an authorized
that was
crime
police
scene
brutality.
consultant. Well, it's
From
now your duty
non-police.
to make this city a safer place. Cordona won't ever forget it.
Shot
But
them
at the
so
same time, it will never remember. I'll tell Stark all the necessary details about your successful certification. Congratulations.
Now you're a certified crime scene consultant. Congratulations.
And I got $3.
Thank you, my friend. Now, shall we head for Stonewood Manor?
Hell yeah.
Don't know.
$3.
You have the whole island to investigate. It's all up to you.
Let's quickly check the board and see if there's some cases we can like put on the side. A banded layer has been marked on your map. Press details to open on the how to play screen. New location M. Collie Shangles. Okay. Okay, so banded layer. M. I'm assuming those mean Mycroft. Okay. That did not allow me to read that easier. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Are there any clothing people on our way? I'm gonna jump to this quick. I'm gonna do a little clothes shopping. Marbury Street. St. Clement's Cathedral. We're not over in Grand Surrey yet, so it can't be the one near home.
Take a look. Try it on. It'll be a nice purchase. The finest clothes for the finest citizens.
I would like clothes, please. Oh gosh. Lots of clothes, but some of that stuff is expensive. Mask up. Give me a mustache. Buying all the facial hair. And then I'm gonna get all the makeup. Gunslinger body armor. Assassin's cuirass. Thug armor. Servant's livery. Mother's outfit. Red Queen dress. John's armor. Get some of the cheaper stuff. spend all my money immediately on clothes.
A perfect choice.
I bought like half your store. I bought more than half your store. Of course you're happy. And I run. And I run. And I'm going down the street. Oh god, I'm in the clothes. Can I change out of these right now? Yes. I would like to look like me, please. Do I like the stubble? Honestly, no. I think he looks better without it. I didn't buy his classic hat. Unfortunate. Oh, look like me again. It's a park! The Legacy Theater. Church of St. Nicholas. Which definitely makes me think I'm right. And that my house is over here.
How do you do?
Oh, I think this is the church up here. Yeah, this is the church up here. Okay. So which one is my house? Let's see, if I get up high, maybe I can figure it out. So if this is the church, and there's the bridge, you must be. Nope. Close. Holmes over here. Oh. It's right here. There we go. Stonewood Manor.
Hey, Sherry. There's post here. And it seems as if the letter was delivered recently.
My brother Mycroft's letter. Hello, Mycroft. Sherlock, I hope this letter does not reach you, for it would mean you have committed to your absurd flight of fancy. The past is the past. To expend any more time and energy retreading one's steps is, at best, childish indulgences. And at worst, pathological weakness. Fuck off, Minecraft. Mycroft. Consumption is an ugly end, and you are better off for not witnessing it. Despite all your protestations, one presumes by now you have visited our mother's final resting place. I trust this has satisfied your impetuous impulses and frees you to return to London at once. It is time to turn your back on what was and help to shape what could be. The nation needs you. Mycroft.
After reading that, I am even less eager to return home than before. Let's investigate our manor.
That's the Mycroft I know. Predictable.
There she is. Our old manor. It's smaller than I remember.
Home, sweet home.
You were a couple of feet shorter back then, Sherry. Or maybe it's bigger on the inside.
It's a TARDIS?
Look at the ash all over the door. I don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier, perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Take a look around, Sherlock. I'm sure you'll discover something.
It's time to deal with my past. Immediately, my thought, gazebo.
I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest. An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass, oh, very precious. Funny, Wooden Joe reminds me of the trouble we once got in with the police. Do you remember, John?
Somewhat. Maybe we can recall more details.
Okay. See, I did this in the Batman games, and my dad always got kind of annoyed with it.
The policeman brought us
would
both
stay
home, John.
in,
That's why he was here.
Like
I'm pretty
detective
sure he
mode
brought
all the
something
time.
else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky. It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
Mycroft.
It was Mycroft. He smoothed things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother.
Everyone's favorite.
Mycroft wasn't
Scolded.
happy about the fact that we were arrested. It felt like he lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Oh, yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Oh,
Supposed to be
that's
sneakier.
right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world. This deserves further investigation. Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet
They're
up,
doing
I'll
some
be happy.
interesting
Maybe a chaise longue.
psychological things
In we go.
with Sherlock in this game. It seems like this game's very much Sherlock needs to process his trauma. And I already have a feeling...
Home sweet home,
because,
Sherry.
I mean, classic. But it's gonna suck based on... I think this game is decently long. I think the game's going to lead us, as we process through all of Sherlock's trauma from his childhood, into letting go of John as our imaginary friend. And we're going to end the game with John disappearing as we kind of like let him go. After we've like processed our like grief and trauma and stuff. And it's gonna be an interesting story to tell with Sherlock, but it's gonna suck emotionally.
Mycroft's umbrella, the only outgoing thing in his wardrobe. Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it? One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like deja vu.
Auction notification. We have been instructed that a public auction will take place on 20th July at Stonewood Manor. All lots have been selected from the finest pieces of property owned by the Holmes family and have been evaluated by experts. Their authenticity is confirmed.
And I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say?
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange. I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning.
I feel the need to look up Sherlock's voice actor in this, because I'm realizing he sounds really familiar to me. I'm wondering why. It could just be, you know, because I played the game partially before. But have I heard you in anything else? He's been like some random characters in stuff. But no, all I would know him for really is being Sherlock Holmes.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Well, we're exploring. Jeez, it almost looks like the place was just straight up ransacked.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
It's going to be the Sherlock processes his trauma game.
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor. I think our family portrait used to hang here.
We need to bring in someone to clean.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can
must be
feel
something behind it.
this book, where I kept my collection of coins, it used to be bigger.
Little brother, you claimed you were bored and wanted to play a game. Well, I've created one that should hold your attention, as well as teach you a thing or two about the world. I borrowed some of your precious coin collection, and have hidden each one in a discreet place around the island. You'll have noticed the symbol drawn on this letter and the attached map. Your mission is to search the marked locations for the same symbol. Near each you will find a metal tube that contains a hint to help you recover one of your coins. If you are able to retrieve them all, come and tell me what you have learned. I'm eager to see how fast you can solve my little puzzles.
Oh, no. We won't let this stand, right, Sherry? I want to find my coins.
It's going to be difficult. The sands of time, you know? Some things may have changed, but you're right. We can't let Mycroft win.
Mycroft hid part of my collection of unique coins around the island. This collection was started by my father and later expanded by me. My brother claimed that searching for them would be an experience both educational and fun. Unfortunately, I only managed to find a few of them before leaving Cordona for good, and the remaining coins are still scattered around the island. I now remember how angry I was about that. Mycroft left a map with marked locations. At each location, he hid a clue with further directions. To find a clue, we should look for the same symbol as drawn on this letter.
Another one.
Jesus
there must
Christ.
be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Yeah, I get it. I fucking get it. What am I missing? Oh. Something over here. News of Violet's death, 10th of April, 1869. Tragedy at Stonewood Manor. Mrs. Violet Holmes, widow of Sigurd Moreland Holmes, died unexpectedly in her home yesterday, April 9th, 1869. She is survived by her two sons, aged 20 and 10, though it is unclear if they will return in Stonewood Manor. Mrs. Holmes purchased the property only a year ago. Despite her feeble constitution of body, so ravaged by consumption, Mrs. Holmes was quickly welcomed into Cordona's elite. In her high vocation, she had, in addition to the deep intuitions of a gifted woman, the strength of a man, the conscientiousness of a saint, and the wit of a satirist. A specialist in ancient objects, she became the authority on authenticity. Police conducted an investigation upon arrival at the manor, but have not released further details. The cause of her death is unknown.
Something did happen that day, but no one can tell us the details. How can that be?
Agreed. It's rather suspicious.
Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it. There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft. This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination?
Alright, John, let's put this together. That one's Mycroft. That's some random guy. And then Mycroft, some dude, and then us helping Mom.
Your neighbors will be told that Mrs. Holmes is suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
Thank you, Dr. Richter. No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs. Go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
So what happened to our mom? We arrived in the early morning of a rainy day. Sherry's mother was weak and unsteady, so we tried to help her. Oh, John's writing this. Mycroft was very serious while dealing with luggage. When he saw Sherlock trying to help his mother up, he commanded him to go upstairs to our room. The last person to arrive was the doctor, Otto Richter, who said that the neighbors will believe that Violet has tuberculosis. Sherry just realized he never heard her coughing.
Oh, I feel dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you all right?
I'll be okay in a minute.
Just briefly blinked.
How about we find our room in the meantime?
Jesus.
Look at this. It's like traveling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying.
It's a horse.
Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours. They were half mine too.
What are you?
An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favorite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure. The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
The minds of children. Having fun.
Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place.
Robinson Crusoe.
The only fiction book on my table. I can still hear my mother reading it to me. Interesting. What's that over there?
Key of some sort?
This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana.
And now I know a bunch of people who grew up with the Encyclopedia Britannica.
A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people?
Yes.
Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets.
VR. I'm not entirely certain what that stands for.
I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch. Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we?
I'm sure it ended well.
This brings back memories. We used this old diary to keep track of our adventures. I think it was my father's. One of John's first pictures. I think this was supposed to be Mycroft. He really has improved his skills since then. John, do you think we can visit some of the places mentioned in the diary for old time's sake?
Why not? Nothing like a stroll down memory lane. Note down the places you'd like to visit, and I'll add what I remember of them. Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes. We visited him several times while living here.
So, some more stuff for that. Are we hidden treasure somewhere in a room and he dares me to find it?
Wasn't that neighbour missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate.
Well, apparently something's hidden in her room. I want to know where it could be.
This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
There's something hidden in our room. Where would it be? Treasure in our room. I'm not currently seeing anything.
Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets.
That doesn't help me. Oh.
Perfect match. My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again.
It's a pipe.
Still has a faint odor of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home. Still has a faint odor of tobacco, one.
Yeah. There we go.
Made of cherry wood. Father's favorite.
A small, straight smoking pipe made of cherry wood that belonged to Sherry's late father, Sigurd Holmes. We had to hide it from Violet, as she didn't know we stole it from his cabinet in London. The wood is old, its surface is worn from frequent use, but has been well maintained. A faint scent of tobacco lingers. Sherlock has taken his father's pipe with him. My senses it carries considerable sentimental value.
I knew you'd find it in no time.
Woo! Okay, looking for a family friend. He used to live in one of the neighboring houses near the Greek Bridge, and he had a gas balloon in his yard. Alright. I think probably this will be the last thing I do for this stream. Let's find this house. Hey, it's this one right here. Okay. I'll stop over here quick. See what's... Hi.
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
What's going on? Jesus. Murder.
He was certainly under pressure.
Oof, a contortionist you were not. Disjointed vertebrae. Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off. A belt from a dressing gown. Curious. A kneecap reduced to splinters.
Yeah, it's just the one kneecap. It was dragged. Can I note the giant footprints? How about his arms being all placed? What else am I allowed to note here? Nothing to observe in that mode. What am I missing?
A missing pinky. Middle-aged. It's none other than Theodore Gilden.
Oh boy, Sherlock. Another death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police.
We wanna talk about the giant footprints on the road?
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless.
A strong pull broke this leash.
Blood.
A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact.
Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence.
Use L2 to activate your camera and R2 to take a photo. The frame on the viewfinder will turn white when you are aiming correctly.
This photograph can help us find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
True. We may need it in our investigation. A royal suite for a favorite pet.
Plenty of food to satisfy even the most fastidious.
Let's see. Why the fuck were you keeping an elephant? Seems like a terrible idea.
A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship.
It's a knife!
A sailor's knife, useful for cutting wet and thick ropes. It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding.
A
Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
Time for some imagination. I don't care about dirtying my suit. That's what I guess.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Okay. Fine. Oh, are you judging me again, John?
In a fit of rage, the elephant broke the chain and threw its victim on the ground with a fierce power. Escaping the scene, it pulled the body with it, but dropped it at the gate. At least some of this was witnessed by a third party who was hurled against the shed. The elephant can't have gone too far. I can still track it.
Well, suppose you find it. Then what? Push it all the way back to the manor?
Maybe. You're gonna judge me? You're gonna judge me? Mama. Alright. We will continue with the case of the missing elephant another day. For now, I think it's time to end this, as it's been almost 3 hours of streaming. Thank you everyone who joined me for my impromptu Sherlock Holmes stream. I will stream again either tomorrow or Thursday probably. Either I'll do more of this or I will be back with Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Hopefully I will give a little bit more of a heads up on my Blue Sky and in Discord and stuff like that before that happens. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the night, and thank you for joining me.